All right, so I guess it's straight like that. It's your boy Malcolm Miggy Harris. I'm here with Mike Haynes, the one and only. Of course, we got Kyle. He's in the back somewhere making the magic happen. My question to you is, Mike, big dog, what are we toasting to?
So listen up.
All right,
Here's to new beginnings, fresh
yeah.
starts, no looking back, leveling up, taking things to the next level, and making moves like we mean it. Straight like that, let's crush it and make every moment count. Cheers to new beginnings. You. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Straight Like That, a spinoff of Different Thought Podcast, where we examine the culture, but we ain't giving no chasers.
Mm,
I'm, as Malcolm said earlier, I'm your host, Mike Hayes, and this is the co-host, Malcolm Miggy Harris. Malcolm.
what's popping? What's popping? How we doing, baby?
Man, we're doing good, man. We're doing good. So, what's been going on, man? You out? Where you at right now? Charlotte?
I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina, brother. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful day and about to pour me up a little something, 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 and we just taking it day by day, brother. But overall, it's beautiful out here in North Carolina. Ready to chop it up with you, ready to talk. Do what we do and make a couple plays and take it to the house, bro.
All right, what you sipping on, man?
Today, I mean, it's real, it's aesthetic. It's the shit. It's some water, bro. It's some water. Bro. I'm gonna keep that shit 100 with you. But I'm gonna go downstairs and I'm gonna get me a beverage from the hotel bar. I'm probably gonna get me some Louis the 13th. Subtract that by 13 and make it some Jack and Coke, probably.
Man, dog. I need to get your expense account, bro.
Hey, listen, man. We love a green Amex. It ain't mine. It ain't
Hey,
mine.
what hotel you said is?
Oh man, it's crazy. They was all booked. At the they was all booked. I'm at a Marriott, bro.
Oh man, I mean,
Marriott straight though. Marriott, man. When I tell you, the energy was so different for Shorty downstairs. You know what I'm saying? Like I told her, I was like, "Hi, I'm checking in," and she was like, "Oh, you're checking in? Do you?" And I was like, "Last name is Harris," and she was like, "Oh, Mr. Harris, you're a gold, Bonvoy member." I was like, "Nah, keep that same energy before, Leslie. Keep that same energy before. You was acting a little like I wasn't about nothing." She saw the points and she was like, "Okay,
That's what's up.
okay,
That's what's up. Yeah, we I've stayed. I used to when I used to travel a lot. The Marriott, Embassy, Suites, all that stuff. So I can feel that. I can feel that. So man, look.
yeah,
So welcome everybody again to these first edition of Straight Like That. So basically, the idea behind Straight Like That is, as if all the day one listeners know about the segment that we used to do in the Different Thought podcast, where we give this, these hot takes, if you will. So we decided to break that out of the show to give the show more, give Different Thought more opportunity for, because we're moving more towards interviews in the Different Thoughts show. And so now for Straight Like That is more like it is right now with Malcolm and I just having, conversations about what's going on in the culture and things of that nature, and giving our opinion about it, and not being unapologetically. That's what I'm
yeah."
trying to say.
Just being
So,
us.
so with this new show, man, one thing I wanted to start off with, because we love music and we like talking about it. Title of this segment is called "New Flavor in Your Ear." Yeah, new
I
flavor
mean, it was
in your
so
ear.
so fire. I seen that. My heart smiled because
New
I know
flavor
where you got that
in
from.
your ear.
Shout out to the Notorious B.I.G. It's beautiful.
I mean, I figured, it had the infamous Craig Mack. God bless, rest his soul.
Rest in peace, man.
Uh, Rest in peace. Had you had LL Cool J, Biggie, Craig Mack, Buster. So one of bad boy. One of the more popular songs out of the 90s, for those of you who are 90s babies like myself. So yeah, man. So um I basically wanted to give like basically new music that you've listened to, Malcolm, myself
Yeah.
as well, and then give it a grade it. And I came up with a grading scale. Basically, no skips means it's an instant classic, kind of like your Five Mics back in the day.
Yeah.
One skip is still a great album. Just it ain't a classic, but it's a great album. Two skips would be a good album. Basically average, like basically kind of a little bit above average. Three skips is an average. And that's kind of basically to give you a little bit more detail. That's kind of what you expected from the artist. So basically, like say Amigos came out with that, Migos or Quavo or somebody like that came out of the album, and it was typical there what you expect from them.
Yeah.
You go with that. And then four skips is below average, and five, if you get five skips, it's trash. Like
Okay.
don't ever, you're not recommending it to anyone.
Yeah, for sure. No, we can definitely get into
Misery doesn't love company over here at
no,
the DTP family.
no.
So
DTP, we don't respect that.
so I'll start us off, man. I had the distinguished pleasure and honor of listening to um chat local artist up and coming Mikey DaVinci, or Robert as I called him.
Yeah.
And he has an album coming out this month. Forget the name of it, but I think it's like Still Standing or Still Smiling or something of that nature. And it slaps. It slaps. Now it's not a no skip. Uh, I'm gonna give it a two skip.
Okay.
And here's my explanation behind it. It's a good album. It's a great album from him, or EP, however you want to look at it. But I do feel like his trajectory is starting to go up as far as lyrical content and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So there's always room for improvement. So I think it was above average, but there's still some steps he's got to take. But all in all, I think it was a good album. So I can't wait for everyone else to listen to it and give me their feedback and things of that nature. As a matter of fact, for our listeners out there, make sure you tune in to the Even Odds channel on YouTube. Cal, make sure you put a link somewhere on the screen for people to subscribe, like, and listen and watch. So make sure you check out that. And we're also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and any other podcast platforms, pretty much all of them. So make sure you go ahead and get a listen and give us a commentary and things of that nature. And make sure you also go follow us on DTP2 at DTP2. Or is it DT Podcast. But Cal, I'll let you put all that stuff up there for us and things of that nature. But that's my first one. So two skips for Mikey DaVinci new album.
He
What
has
you
one of
got for me?
he
What you got
has
for
one of
me?
my favorite just verses. It's a song that's with YG Tut. It's old, but dollar signs.
Yeah.
And I think I'm not saying it was a gentleman's sweep, but he got out of that bitch in 5 games. So shout out to Michael DaVinci doing his thing. The next album that I have is an album that I've been on since last month, and it's doing it for me, my boy Larry June. Um,
Who?
Larry June.
I'm not familiar.
So Larry June is West Coast rapper. He's basically if Dom Kennedy would have made it, and that's no disrespect to Dom by any means, because Dom has given us a top 10 mixtape of all time to me in the Yellow album. But I think Larry June is what Dom was supposed to be, and it just never took off. Doing It For Me is an album Larry recently dropped. Is really, really dope. I like it a lot. A song that I love, Meet Me in Napa. It makes me feel that honestly, like Chattanooga is mine. You know, like I can
Gotcha.
come in and just own the building, and it makes me feel like I love luxury rap. Even though it's like when your account doesn't feel that way, but like you pop in some headphones and you're like, okay,
I like it.
this is really,
That is that is spot on. When your account don't match what you listening to.
yeah, like he like there's some things he'll say. He'll be like, eating minestrone with the pepperoni out in Sicily with a a girl named Stephanie and her cousin Tiffany. Like, I'm like, God, like that made me feel like I can achieve.
If you believe, you can achieve.
So I'm gonna go two skips as well. I think it's good. Um, there's some worse projects. I really don't think hip hop has been great at the top this year, but there's been some real pedestrian ass stuff to happen in hip hop. Like this year, like I don't feel it's been the strongest year for hip hop, but we still got a whole quarter left. So I want to see like what is the winner going to hold. I think there's a couple of major productions that are about to drop that's going to change kind of the
I,
good to great, but
I
we'll
have
see.
a I have a wild prediction.
Let's hear it. We got time.
I think Hove is about to drop something.
I think he's going to drop something like on December 4th.
Yeah, because fourth quarter is his. He loves
Yeah.
fourth quarter.
And I also think that J. Cole is not going to let 2024 just go.
I hope not. I hope he's not upset with the backlash that he got about the apology. I mean, I know people don't agree with this. It's an unpopular opinion. I thought the apology was great for hip hop. I think it showed that hip hop has evolved, but it also has gone back to its roots. Like beef has always been a part of hip hop. Battle rap has always been a part of hip hop. However, I think it got to a point where it was very toxic for hip hop, and I think that apology put the genre in a different perspective. Like it's okay to like say, hey, you know what, that really ain't me. Let me pull back. Now so it opens up lanes. I think later on down the line, you're going to see that where people are talking about, it may be years, decades from now. We may not even still be here, but I think that you'll see people start to say like, that's when hip hop started to change and things of that nature. So with that being said, you said, remind me of the brother's name again.
Larry June. Larry
Larry
June.
Queen.
Yeah.
Larry Queen. All
And
right, man.
to your point, what you just said, Mike, you were kind of breaking out in and out. But all I heard was it's a bitch in here. That's what I heard.
Oh my
I
God.
heard everything you said, Mike. That
Uh,
shit is soft, bro. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You're supposed to be the big three, right? When
nah,
it comes to
dog.
on this mic, I
Nah,
will
nah,
humble him. That's
dog.
what
He
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 said.
stayed true. He stayed true to what he is. He always said, if I, what is it in Middle Child? If I dish you, it ain't gonna be to sell no record. It ain't gonna be to sell no shoes. It ain't gonna be for none of that. I'm gonna dish you because you disrespected me. Kendrick really didn't disrespect him. And then two, when you find out the backstory of how Schoolboy Q came up to him and was like, hey man, bow out of this because it's gonna get real personal. Like I said a long time ago, I felt like when Genesis was on the show, I said it. I said, I feel like the reason he did this apology is because he heard what these folks is about to say to each other and was like, I thought we were just getting into a lyrical beef. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I get it. I know that J. Cole can out rap both of them. And that's why I think I'm so frustrated. Because I'm like, bro, like when 7 Minute Drill dropped, like to me, that's the hardest song of 2024.
really?
Easily. Yeah, like
I wish
easy
I
like
gotta. I mean, I gotta go on the dark web. I gotta go listen to it again. It
like
wasn't one of my favorites. I'm sorry, it just wasn't. Like
like
I felt like he was being timid in the dissing.
I know, but he was holding back and it was still fine. Like I
Yeah,
was
that's true.
so happy with Jermaine Cole because like he actually like wanted to like he was like, yo, like I'm here. Like when it comes to this microphone shit, I will humble him. Like I was like, oh, he's shooting. And he's never done that. And then for him just to back out, I'm like, okay, that's the guy that we know and love. The
Oh yeah.
guy that is just, do you want to be happy? Like there he go.
Again, I say this one more time. I'm a little older than you, so I will put this out here. Where I am at in my age in my life, I appreciate when a brother can come out and say, "Hey man, I bit off more than I could chew here.
Yeah.
I don't. This ain't my arena. Y'all have fun."
You know, we're talking about hip hop, and I want to take a minute Can I give a take a shot for me real quick?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm from the city of Atlanta, and Atlanta lost a real legend today. I'm probably dating this, timestamp, but it is what it is. Rich homie Quan is no longer with us, bro.
Yeah, man. And we're gonna get to that in a little bit, but
I just
yeah,
gotta
man,
take a shot for my boy, man.
it's crazy. It's crazy as I was preparing for this show and coming up with our outline and things that are talking points and whatnot. I hit up Cal and Cal was like, "Hey, man, Rich homie." I'm like, "What? Rich homie Quan died?" Like, I know I had to work today, but I ain't seen that. They ain't pop up on my algorithm. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I
If
found out I was sick.
Yeah,
I
so
was
man,
sick.
yeah, definitely shout out to him and his family, man. Prayers for them. I just wanted to go over one more album before we move on to EP, and that's the Better You Than Me, Big Sean. Thoughts? Really?
Sorry, man. I
Really?
was asleep, man.
Really?
Hey, man. Big Sean, you got Janae, brother. Go be a family man, baby. Go be a family man, bro. You good. We
Bruh,
good. The
bruh,
thing is, Big Sean can never do no wrong because he's giving me Detroit. He's giving me Dark Sky Paradise.
and
And
Detroit too.
yeah, he's also giving me oh my God, what was that joint? It was like teal and purple and green. I'm losing the name. I can think of it right now.
I
Hold on.
decided.
I decided. He gave me I decided. So it's cool. It's cool. Like, this is really, if I had to compare this, bro, this is Odell Beckham Jr. this upcoming season. It's like, you know what? Like, we appreciate you and your career. But like,
What,
let's
what,
let's
so,
go ahead and call it because you're past your prime. Like,
so
you're
what
just
you
out
giving
there
it?
getting 500 yards and 2 touchdowns.
How many skips you giving it?
Like 11.
You think it's
I
trash?
think it's trash as shit, bro. I'm gonna
Oh
be
my
honest.
gosh, bro, you are being so disrespectful
You
right
know,
now.
like I'm cool.
I
Like,
I was thinking 2.5 skips, like
bro, I
a
think it
little
is
above
straight
average.
trash. I
Like
mean,
it was a
at
good.
minimum 7 skips.
It
Like, I
was
could have done
good
without
to
so much.
me. It was good to me. I liked it. I thought it was. I thought, you know what? You're in your How old are you again, Malcolm?
I just turned 30.
Yeah, you're in your hoe face.
Yeah.
you're in your for the streets phase right now.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
out here trying to like bump and grind, and as we used to say, are you out here trying to like, you know, you looking for the
Yeah. Yeah.
that's where you at right now.
You learn.
That's where you at. That makes sense because I say 2.5, maybe 2 skips. But I'm also a little older. I have a kid, a wife, and a kid. I ain't in these streets like that, like I used to.
Yeah.
So
And ain't nothing out in the streets, but it's just like, man, bro, like
be careful. I
I
heard it's piss in that pool.
man, man, brother, dog. I'm about to literally pop out wearing some Christmas pajamas in December. Nobody finna say shit to me. You
Hey,
understand?
hey. So another one, because this yo as you call it, y'all's goat. 100 gigs.
Yeah.
How many skips?
To be honest, 4.
Below average.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say 3, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Please.
It it was average for me, and I was gonna say 5 because it to me is straight trash. Because and the reason I was gonna go straight trash was because everything that Kendrick called out, he did it in 100 gigs. However, knowing Drake's history, that's what brought it back up, was because Drake has always been a person to be like, you know what, I don't care what y'all think, whatever y'all think, I'm gonna do what I think sounds good, and
Yeah.
being true to myself, in a sense. Because honestly, never mind, that was as you said, seven skips for me.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was a trash album, but it was true to Drake's form. So I give him that, and he, he was like, you know what, I may have lost that battle or that war or whatever you want to call it, but I'm still gonna be me and make the music that I make. So
100%.
that's why I gave him an average. So on that. Anything else you want to talk about music wise?
Yeah, it's crazy, but an album that I really like, bro, and I feel so ashamed because my homies don't even know, bro. I love Logic. Is that weird, bro?
Nah, I like Logic too.
Ultra
I don't-
40, Ultra 85 is
yeah,
crazy.
I don't talk about it. I don't talk about it much because
Yeah.
people always be like, he a white dude trying to
Yeah, I
act black.
know,
And
I
I'm like,
know, I
no, he's
know, I
actually
know.
black.
I
He's
know. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. And I feel bad for like claiming like I really rock with Logic. This
and
album
when
is
you see,
crazy.
when you like, I've like, for me, if you know me, those who know me know that. So I'm an open book. I've been
Yeah.
going to therapy and whatnot. My therapist, like, he did this personality thing on me,
We love that.
and he was like, "You are an investigator," and which fits right into the story I'm about to tell. So any artist I listen to, I'm gonna go find out all the background information that I can find.
Yeah.
And with Logic, uh, I started looking up him and stuff like that. I can't remember what was the song. I think it was the song he did with Eminem that kind of got me like, okay, he may be
Homicide or
on it.
something like that, or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I started looking him up, and then I found a documentary where they were interviewing his dad, and his dad is a Negro.
No, like his dad is straight hood.
his,
Like,
his dad's like Joe Burrow.
yeah.
I mean, not Joe Burrow.
Pat Mahomes' dad.
Pat Mahomes.
Yeah.
Got this Joe Burrow smoking
Smoking out
that
that Joe Burrow.
Burrow. Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. Like, oh, makes sense now. But yeah. All right, man. Well, let's keep it moving, man. So let's get into these straight like that, or better yet, what I like to call the mic is hot. Straight like that with no chaser. So basically, this is basically like our old school, like straight like that, hot takes. I'll kick us off. Man, my straight like that is like this, man. Church folks be the most evil folks, bro.
Mm,
I don't know where this came from. It just
mm.
popped in my mind, and so I feel like I needed to say it. Like, some of you church people, man, y'all wonder why there's so much corruption and evil out in the world and things of that nature. You're not living by what the word that you keep preaching. Like, love thy neighbor as they love thyself. And the problem, probably most of the problem, is you ain't loving yourself. So, and so then therefore you treating everybody else like you treat yourself, which is like hell on wheels. And now we wondering why everything is up shit's creek. Sorry, mama, I know you listening. I know you probably gonna call me again and tell me stop cussing, but it's the truth, man. Some of you church first be the most evil, and then you wonder why you have so many people going astray. I do proclaim myself to be a Christian, but I always believe in we should lead with love, and I don't care who you love. I don't even care your religion. I'm going to live my life the best way I can and hope to shine a light so that others will be more intrigued to come into the fold with me. And I don't understand. I've always struggled with that. So church folks sometimes be the most evil folks. And that's my straight like that. What you got, Mickey?
I mean, I got two, one of them, and I'm sorry, Mike's mom, for cussing on here. This is my one pass. If you eat crystals, you eat ass. Straight up, bro. Straight like that.
Hey,
Like for
bro,
real.
tell me why I ate some. I tried to eat some crystals like a while ago, like some months ago, dog. Man, I
Bro,
had one crystal chick. My stomach was like, my dog.
bro,
What?
it's crazy.
What the hell are you doing?
Like, bro, I ate crystals the other day, so I'm probably telling to myself, wink, wink. But
For all
bro,
you females out there,
my stomach was, y'all remember the Usher? It was like the bop, 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 bop. Like, dog, my shit was,
my boys out here.
I was ticking, bro. Like, I'm at the light and I'm like, oh, like, when you start sweating and like the AC don't help at all, it's like, you gotta like
That's bad for
focus
business,
on the
bro.
mission at hand. Like, I don't want to boo boo in my car.
That's bad for business,
Yeah,
dog.
it's bad for business.
That's bad for
So
business.
yeah, Crystal, we love partnerships. This might not be the platform for you because you're gonna get slandered. And then the second one is I want the black community to embrace beer more. Why do we always at events, you know, pressure?
We embrace beer. It's just, you know, the traditional Coors Light, uh, Michelob Ultra, Corona.
I'm out of my liquor phase though. Like I'm out of, hey, like let's take shots of Reposado. Like, nah, like can a brother just get a Yingling, man?
Hey man, so funny story, man. I went to a black establishment a
Okay.
while ago, and this is when I knew I'd been hanging out with my white brethren a little too much. I go into this black establishment and I'm like, I kind of want like a beer or something. I don't want like hard liquor. So start looking at their menu, or you know how most bars got everything up on the bar. And I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like, man,
yeah,
I see no high noons.
yeah.
And I quickly had to remind myself, oh, I'm not at that. I'm at a black establishment. They ain't got no high noons. I
No.
immediately text my best friend, my brother, Lance. Shout out Lance, A1 Lance on Instagram if you not following him. But I immediately hit him up and like, hey man, next weekend we got to get into some Negro type stuff. Cause I'm over here at this spot looking for high noons. I gotta get back out here and get a little ratchet again.
No, I'm right there with you. Like I was the other day, I, I was at an establishment and I had on a Bass Pro Shop hat and I ordered an IPA. And I was like, man, like the city might be getting to me, bro.
Nah, dog, you
Like
can't.
I'm trying to pull myself back,
IPA, bro. You like you
bro.
like you like drinking liquid grass. That's what
Bro,
you
but
just told me.
I like the taste. I don't know what's wrong with me.
How you like IPAs,
I
bro?
don't know, bro. Like
That is
literally, like it's my thing. So yeah, but
that's
I
your
will
first.
say I will never. This is my last straight like that, man. I mean, excuse me. It's the mic is hot because what's not hot is mayo. I want a band. I want a band.
Brother. Long lost brother, dog. I am not a Mayo fan either.
The hell is wrong with mayo, bro?
I
Like it's such a weird condiment.
yeah, it ain't got no flavor. And it's like gooey. The texture is just terrible. So I'm with you there.
What does it add, like value wise? Like honestly,
I
if
have I have no idea. I have none. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I want you to compare mayo to a rapper. Don't be cliche like Eminem, but like compare it like quality wise. Like what would you compare mayonnaise to?
Hot take,
Yeah.
Quavo.
Wow. I mean that's spot on. That's spot on.
It's like, well, oh, okay, that's cute. But what are you here for again? Like, yeah, no offense, no offense, no disrespect to Quavo. It's just not me. It's not for me.
Yeah.
Like mayonnaise is not for me. I'm sorry. When the Migos did that whole split and they all came out with their own separate albums, I was like, yeah. I think Takeoff was probably the only album I was like, I can mess with this.
Yeah.
But the rest
I
of them,
like Offset solo too. I do. I think Offset was built to be a solo rapper. I think the Cardi thing kind of derailed what was going on.
I think he was built to be an entertainer, not a
Yeah.
rapper. Like when you listen to his backstory about how he used to, was it MC Hammer or Michael Jackson? It was one of
Yeah.
them. He did background dancing, or Whitney Houston. He was a background dancer for Whitney Houston on one of her videos and things of that nature. And you really watch how he moves. He trying to be out here. He out here trying to be like a rapper Michael Jackson. If you watch how he move, he got all these dance moves. He dressing like Michael on his album covers and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, but my male rapper would be Quavo.
My male rapper, and I love that pick. Like, I'll double down with you and say that if I had to choose a male rapper, I'm probably gonna go. Give me Hurricane Chris.
Oh, now. See, I feel like he don't have a big
A
enough catalog
catalog to be
to
considered.
be Mayo. I mean, like I know and he came out in the ringtone era.
He did. I'm not even gonna disrespect legends like that. Let me give you somebody right now who, and I don't like this in late, our female rappers, but like, bro, Ice Spice to me is starting to become in the Mayo conversation.
Ice Spice was in the Mayo conversation when she came out with "You Think I Was Feeling You." I'm sorry,
But like,
it was catchy, and I was like, "Oh, that's cute." But she looked 12 to me. It just don't move me. It don't move me.
yeah, she's in the Mayo conversation. Like, I just Ice Spice and Quavo. That's our hey, like you're on the clock.
Like to me, Mayo is like you can leave it off.
Yeah, it's
I ain't gonna
like,
miss
hey, no Mayo, or like light,
it. Yeah. Like
right?
I ain't gonna miss it.
Yeah,
I'll be all right.
yeah, for sure.
Cool. Let's keep this thing moving,
Let's
man.
do it, man.
So football season starting
Tonight.
tonight. So we got let's start off with that. We got Baltimore versus the Chiefs. Who you got?
It better be Baltimore.
I got B more too.
It
I know
better
I know
be.
Cal over there like, yeah, yeah.
It better be Baltimore. Straight up, like you got to me, like Lamar Jackson has beat Pat Mahomes once in his career. You know,
I,
and
I'm slowly becoming a Baltimore fan. I'm quietly gonna be rooting for the Texans just because it's a black coach and a black quarterback.
yeah, yeah,
I would love to see that happen and then win a Super Bowl together.
they will. There's
I hope I
CJ is
hope
so good.
I hope the Texans give them time to grow because they had so much success last season that they're not going to have. If I'm being realistic, they're not going to have that same success this season because when you have a breakout season, the next season everybody is looking for you and gunning
Yeah,
for you and
yeah.
prepared for you and prepared to, But I just hope that D'Amico fosters his fosters what's the quarterback's name? He's slipping my
CJ
mind.
Stroud.
Stroud's evolution and growth.
Yeah,
And really, owns in it. Because I think that if I'm him, if I'm the coach this year, I'm telling Stroud, like, look, it's gonna be rough. But we're gonna focus on making you better and you growing each day and each game and each practice, and whatever the outcome is the outcome. We just don't want to lose every game. But I just don't. I mean, they got some pieces though. They got some dogs. They got they got Diggs there now, and they got
yeah. They got Nico Collins there. You got my
they
man.
got somebody for running back. Didn't
You dropped Joe Mixon, who was from Cincinnati. You got Tank Dell. Like, it's some pieces. Dalton
they got
Schultz. Like,
don't
bro,
I
on
think they're gonna I
paper,
think they're gonna still make noise. I just don't know how far.
I think they could go to like the AFC Championship. I don't have them in the Super Bowl though.
Who you got in the Super Bowl?
In the Super Bowl, I mean, to me, that shit is the Patrick Mahomes Invitational. For real. Like, honestly, like, let's just call this what it is. Like, Pat Mahomes is the best. To me, I'm going to say it, bro. It's Brady and Mahomes. It's Brady and Mahomes. Like,
Yeah, I saw something on Instagram today where they had Brady's stats in the first 3 years versus Mahomes stats in the first 3 years. And I think they're on par for like Super Bowl wins, Super Bowl MVPs. But I think Pat has more league MVPs
yes,
already.
yes,
Pat also has more Pro Bowl appearances already.
yes.
And his interceptions are less than Brady's, and his touchdowns are more than Brady's. So I'm like, I don't consider Brady the GOAT. I consider, just, we can get into that discussion at a later time.
Okay.
But I mean, if you consider Brady your GOAT, then that GOAT's about to be dethroned, and Pat's about to put up there. But I hear you. I think we're about to see the turn. And I made this prediction at the end of last season, not on here, but I said that in the next 3 years, uh um what is his name? Lamar Jackson will win 2 Super Bowls in the next 3 years.
I mean, it has to happen. Like I gotta see it.
I
And because the
mean,
thing is,
he got the pieces now. Ain't no excuses. I mean, he
he-
could use a another top tier receiver. Like I wish they could have like I don't know who they could have got, but I wish somebody good in the code.
I don't want to hear that receiver
I
excuse.
know he got good receivers. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
He got the team. I'm saying I'm a Lamar Jackson fan as well, and I would like for him to have had like one like breakout receiver. And quiet is kept. My wild prediction: you might see a Chase or somebody like that that's on these little hold ins end up in Baltimore.
I could see it. I think there's gonna be a great like I have them going as well deep, but like you know, it, Derrick Henry is the wild card here.
Yeah,
If Derrick Henry still
and
has
that's the other part I was gonna say.
anything,
Like, where is Derek? Like, is he what Derek are we getting? Is he
yeah, like
washed?
we will see very soon what Derrick Henry is because if Derrick Henry can give you anything, and you're gonna have to stack that box. If you
I
don't
think,
stack that box, enjoy it because it's
and,
over with.
but you can't stack the box because if
Yeah,
you stack the box, they're gonna kill you on the outside.
Lamar can put it anywhere, at any time. He's accurate. He is such a good thrower of the football now. He wasn't like that when he came in the league, but he was still like that, if that makes sense. So it's just like, I don't know, bro. If I had to predict my Super Bowl right now, I'm gonna go with, and I'm not being biased. I was gonna say the Falcons, but I don't think they're gonna make it. Give me Philadelphia and give me Philly and give me Kansas City.
I got B More, and this is gonna shock some people. I got the Cowboys.
Okay.
If they gonna do it, this is the year to do it. Ain't nobody checking for them. Ain't nobody really like, oh, the Cowboys gonna no. I got, and I feel this feels a lot like this will be. I'm gonna call that the Joe Flacco Bowl
Yeah.
because you remember Joe Flacco was up for a contract renewal, and then they stopped contract talks, and he was like, all right, hold my beer, and then they went out there and won a Super Bowl, and then they had to pay him all this money. Um, So I don't know if they're gonna win it, but I that's my prediction. Now that's
The
me being just looking. I would like to see that two black quarterbacks going against each other. You know, but I don't know. We'll see. I feel like Jerry is trying to set Dak up to not succeed so he can get Dion there. But I don't think Dion's gonna come coach NFL. He said it repeatedly. He wants nothing to do with coaching in the NFL. But I feel like he's trying to go after Shador and Dion and lure them into the league.
Well, you need star power, no pun intended, bro. Like to be the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, like that's just it's like a franchise. I'll give you multiple examples, like the Los Angeles Lakers, the New York Yankees,
No, for sure.
like what
They
Alabama used to be, what Miami used to be. There's certain brands that it's just like it puts fear in people. Dallas is supposed to be that.
yeah.
It's America's team. Well, newsflash, dog. Like they haven't been to an NFC championship for as long as I've been alive. You know how long, bro? 30 plus years. You haven't been to not a Super Bowl, bro. I said an NFC championship game,
I know. You got to
bro.
remind
That's
me.
crazy. So to me, I mean, I hope you're right, but like history has a weird way of repeating itself. I don't think they're gonna win shit as long as Jerry Jones is alive.
Only reason I would agree with you 2 years ago, but the only reason I disagree with that statement is he finally took it upon himself to put
CeeDee Lamb,
no the coach.
Mike McCarthy.
No, Jimmy Johnson. He finally
Yeah.
put Jimmy Johnson in the ring on her. And so he, for a while, that was his whole MO. He didn't want to give Jimmy his credit, because that's been the whole MO, is like he wants to prove that he can win a Super Bowl on his own.
Yeah.
Now, if they don't win this year, I foresee him finally saying, you know what? I suck at this GM thing. Let's hire a real GM. And I see it being a battle the next year, but then after the next year, I see them winning, getting to there. Because I mean, honestly, that's really all that's really stopping the Cowboys is Jerry.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think a lot of it has to do with Dak Prescott too, and I don't know, bro, but I like.
But to me, I'm like, what else do you want the man to do? He go out there, he play good. I mean, the Green Bay game was an anomaly. I think there was some other things that happened in that game. I would like to know what, but he does what he's asked to do.
Yeah.
So I mean, and then let's not forget that the defense was slaughtered that game.
Nah, I mean they got crazy whooped, and the thing is, Dak almost came back. People don't realize, like the second half, he put them on his back. So it's just like, I see what you're saying. I don't know. It's going to be a good matchup, and I know we're in the NFL, but in college, I love me.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was gonna be my next thing. What's your NCAA predictions?
I mean, I think this new playoff that we got, bro, I'm loving every bit of it. If I had to pick a national champion right now,
we know who you about to pick.
I mean, I wasn't gonna do it because I was truly like scared or whatever. I think Tennessee can run with anybody in the country. After what I saw.
Stand on. Nah, man, I do too. I
think Tennessee can run with anybody in the country. And I know it's UT Chattanooga. I know it is, bro. But I'm looking at
you hang 63 points up. I mean, like, was it 63 or 73?
It was 66, and it was an easy 66. Like it was, and I know
they had 44 points with 4 minutes left in the second quarter.
Yeah,
45.
Yeah, like they took their feet off the gas, and I'm like, all right, like it was matchup.
And they defense, I mean, as you said, it was UTC, but their defense did look good.
UTC's not a bad football team, though.
Boo looked like they feel like 2 years ago. The only issue is they got to stay healthy. That quarterback is the truth. I've been doing some research. I'm not going to try to pronounce his name.
I got it. Nico Iamaleava. He is. I think he's the best quarterback I've seen in my lifetime at Tennessee. And I know it's early. I know it is, but just eye test, it looks different. Like I get to see it in person again this weekend. I can't wait. But yeah, give me Tennessee, and then also a team that looked great. Nobody's talking about, bro. Ole Miss looked sensational. Ole Miss, I mean, they look so good. They just look faster. They look big. They're just playing very, very. It's Lane Kiffin-ish. Like he's finally figured it out. So those are my two sleepers, and of course George is in the mix as well.
So who you got? Who's your final four?
If I had to pick a final four,
who's in the Natty and who's winning?
My final four, if I had to just pick today, right now, off the eye test, Ohio State, Tennessee, Georgia. Bro, I'm not leaving Ole Miss out. Give me Ole Miss. I think 3 SEC teams get in.
Well, who's in the Natty?
The Natty is going to be Ole Miss. It's going to be Tennessee and Ohio State.
I'm going to go one. Who you got winning it all? Tennessee.
I think Ohio State is the most talented roster in football.
Yeah, them receivers is nice.
Yeah. So top 5 NCAA teams with best odds according to Vegas is Georgia, Ohio State, Oregon, Texas, Alabama, and Ole Miss at 6. I like all those teams. I don't believe in Oregon for a second, though. People talk about
Oregon when they start playing somebody physical, they
crumble, bro. I mean, they're soft as baby shit, and it's crazy because what's his name? My man, Dylan Gabriel is on his 3rd team, and you don't transfer 3 times if you're good. I'm gonna just be honest; it just doesn't happen. So
I got my teams are. I'll go further. I'll give you the matchups.
Okay.
This is kind of wishful thinking too, though. First game, the battle for the real UT,
Mm.
Texas, Tennessee.
I love that matchup. I love that matchup.
Second game, whoo, that's gonna be tough for me because I want to put Georgia in there, but I just feel like this is another year of something freaky is gonna happen and they're not gonna get in. I got Ohio State, and I was gonna put LSU in there, but they dropped it. They dropped the ball.
Bro, they look garbage.
They dropped the ball.
And they're so undisciplined. Did you
So I
see?
don't know. I don't. It's a hard one because it's Ohio State, and I just don't want to put another SEC team in the top 4. But if I had to, it's gonna be a toss up between Bama and Ole Miss. I'm with you there.
Yeah.
It's got to be a toss up between them two. And then I got for the championship game. Man, I have no idea. I'm gonna say Texas,
Yeah.
Ohio State.
Texas is very well coached. Steve Sarkisian, I mean, he's one of the best play callers in football at both levels. I mean, the boy could call an offensive game. I just think defensively it's different than the SEC. Like they're used to playing Big 12 defenses all the time. And this
The only
ain't
re-
that, bro. When you come to the SEC, like prepare to get your ass smacked every single week. Can you line up hat on hat and make a play? I don't know if they can.
I think and the only reason I say Texas is because when you start looking at they got veterans now.
Yeah.
They're battle tested. They went to the Bamas and last year and won. I mean, I know last year's last year, but they went to the Bamas, beat Bama. They really beat Bama twice if you really
If
want to
you
count.
being honest, yes.
They beat Bama twice. They were in the playoffs last year. They returning a lot of returning. They have a lot of returning players. I just feel like that may be it. And that is it for our chatted up sports segment. See what I did there. Real quick, man. You mentioned it earlier. I kind of wanted to go into this discussion about Rich Homie Quan, man. Just found out today he passed. Don't know the details in which how he passed. It sounded like from what the statement that his family released, it sounded like he was at home. So it sounds like there was some, sudden illness that took his life. I mean, this sounds bad. I'm happy that it wasn't some shooting or something of that nature. It sucks that he had to pass, but if indeed it was not by a shooting, but so with talking about Rich Homie, I wanted to kind of get your take on ranking Rich Homie's Quan songs. Like, I had some songs that I listed out, like Type of Way, Flex, are also known as Ooh 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 Ooh, Walk Through, My Nigga, Mamacita, Lifestyle with Young Thug. Like, what song? Give me a top Young Thug song. Even if it's not any of those, give me a top Young Thug song. I mean, not Young Thug. You're Chum Quan song.
I mean, for me personally, there's two. One's on here, one's not. I'll go with the one that's not. Differences. The difference between me and you, I really get money. I mean,
Yeah, I forgot about that.
that shit really, back in 2012 when I was a young lad, I was in, the cafeteria and I had three girls that didn't know about each other, and I felt like I was Rich Homie at that point in time.
I to me it's gonna be it's between two. Walkthrough and Type of Way. I mean, you cannot say Type of Way is not his best record.
No, I mean it easily
It still
is.
comes on and still slaps.
Yeah, yeah, but I will say, Type of Way, it's just so good. But like lifestyle, To me, if they played it at Olivet Baptist Church, I consider it praise and worship. Like when you hear the piano lifestyle on the track, bit like something comes over me, and I feel. To me, I'm not trying to be sacrilegious, but man, like the Holy Ghost spoke through.
I mean,
It just
God and Jesus didn't say how the Holy Ghost supposed to hit you. It's just supposed to hit you, bro.
I mean, I'm telling you, bro, like
just,
that.
just like Charlemagne said, you know, "Knuck if you buck" is a Negro spiritual, god dog.
Listen, brother, like real shit. Like I just, it's so sad, and I won't be serious for 2 seconds. Like, bro, like leave them drugs alone, bro. Like, go to a therapist, get a hobby, like go outside. Like, bro, like it's just supposedly it was an OD, and I don't want to
Oh,
speak
I
on
didn't
it.
even hear that. Damn.
Yeah, it was
God,
it was an
dog, bro.
OD. It was off of
I thought he had left that alone.
no, it was off of a bad pill, and it's just like, bro, like it's just not worth it. Like, it's not safe today. Like, just leave drugs alone. Like, it's just
I
not cool.
personally cannot understand how anybody could do those like hardcore drugs. I understand even weed is getting to the point where it's like, because people are lacing it, but I don't understand how anybody can do like cocaine when they putting fentanyl in this mess and stuff like that. But to each his own, man. You know,
Well,
everybody got their vices.
pain hits everybody differently, and we
Yeah,
all go through things. But that's why there's like therapy and
very
there's professionals to like help walk you through things. So like you don't have to feel that it like life is heavy, and talk to somebody, talk to your friends, and call your loved ones. And if you don't have them, I mean, shoot, you can reach out to us. If anybody's really going through something and you need me, I'm always be there, bro. Mike will too. So that's just a little PSA, man. Like,
yeah.
mental health matters. We gonna
I
miss you, rich homie. All that.
having gone through, was it 3 close friends of mine going through suicide? Like, I'm right there. Like, I always believe, I always believe in 2 things, and that's another reason why I say things like church folks are the most evil, because you know things like judging somebody because of who they love.
Yeah,
Let's look at that. When you do that, even if you're not talking directly to that person, you're making it hard for that person to be their natural self
yeah,
and the person that they feel most comfortable being and presenting to you and to others. And when they don't feel that way, things like depression and other things come into play, and then they end up killing themselves because they're struggling with so much. And if we, in the words of, I think it was the Black Album, the documentary, when Jay-Z was talking to one of his cronies, and he was just like, "Be the fuck you," like, like, that's just me. Sorry
yeah.
again, mama, but like, just be you. Like, stop.
Yes, straight up.
Like I don't want anybody to feel, and I'm speaking from somebody that suffers from like a social anxiety disorder. So, just be you. If
Just be you,
just be you. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? At
straight
the
up.
end of the day, like, my message to people like that always want to judge people for their sexual orientations and things of that nature. Like, here's the thing. Here's the flip side of that is, how, what, I forget the Bible verse, but it's about, that always says like, how dare you talk about the dust in my eye when you got a plank in yours? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all got our vices, we all got our hangups and shortcomings. Like, what we supposed to be doing is talking to each other and lifting each other up. Where you strong and I'm weak at, you supposed to help me in that area. Where
Facts,
I'm strong and you're weak at, I'm supposed to help you in that area. That's what
facts.
we were tended to do on this earth, and multiply that as well. And Nick Cannon has done that for everybody. All
Oh,
the
yeah. Between Nick Cannon and NBA YoungBoy and Philip Rivers, they could literally run like 11 on 11 on 11.
Nick out here screwing like Noah's Ark just happened. And he got to repopulate the world.
That's crazy. Like, in this economy, like, imagine
Hey man, when you
taking
got
all
it,
your kids to Disney World and you have 11 of them.
you got it, bro. I mean, that just to me, children is a new flex, bro. If you
Like,
got a bunch of kids and you still looking nice, you out here, you winning.
that shit's crazy to me. Like, I would die.
I probably yeah, I probably well. So they claim that Not Like Us was the hip hop song of the summer. What's gonna be the hip hop song of the football season?
I mean, I don't think it's dropped yet. Honestly, like I don't. I think I mean in September there's gonna be some new releases. Like Key Glock has been extremely quiet. Glockavelli, I think, is really gonna be like, all right, like, hey, I let that shit slide with Dolph, but like I'm back and I just need to remind y'all, like, I really am like that.
I'm him.
Yeah, yeah. I think Key Glock was on such a good trajectory prior to Dolph's passing, and I think it changed him. And now I think he realizes, like, yo, like this shit still has to move. Like
For
hip hop's not going anywhere.
for for
Um,
me, for me, I think Nuck If You Buck. I think it's
mm,
gonna be an oldie if a goodie. Like I feel like there's a lot of storylines out there. Like, all right, y'all thought we were playing like Bama. All right, y'all thought, oh, we can't win without saving. All right, show up. Nuck If You Buck. You know what I'm saying? Come
I love that. I
come
love
on,
that. Straight
come
up.
on, come on. I think that's gonna be the you know Lamar Jackson. I mean, he more of a Kodak fan. But I think Baltimore, another Nuck If You Buck.
Do
Y'all,
you
y'all, y'all playing us weak. Nuck If You Buck.
do you have an MVP for hip hop in 2024? I saw this on Twitter. You have an MVP? Like
My
who is just
my unpopular opinion. I know you're not gonna agree with this, but I'm
yeah.
just gonna put this out here. It's probably gonna be J. Cole.
Why?
Cause man, he's leading by example, bro. I mean, that's a hard task, bro. Based on people like you, that is a hard task to sit there and say, I was wrong. I shouldn't have been no part. I should have had no parts of this. I like both of these artists. I'm not gonna diss neither one of them. I'm gonna stay out of it. I'm gonna stay
Yeah.
socially. That takes a lot.
Yeah.
I would say J. Cole. I mean, honestly, I think it's a Cove MVP year. It's J. Cole, Kendrick, and Drake. I mean,
So you think this is like a big 3 year of the ages?
I think
Okay.
the fact that you had J. Cole and Drake basically do a semi tour together, the fact that you had Kendrick put song after song after Drake, I mean, it got everybody buzzing. Um, and let's not lie, I mean, I ain't the biggest Drake fan, but he had a couple slappers this year. I
I
mean,
respect the honesty.
yeah,
I wasn't gonna go Drake. My MVP was actually Future. I think that the We Don't Trust You, like the collaborations, We Still Don't Trust You for Future, and I'll just be real, to have a 15-year run of dominance. I mean, him and Drake really got started at the same time in different lanes.
and you know
And
what's crazy about Future, man? You know where he
what's that?
started?
He started as my gosh.
He started on Dungeon Family, rapping
Yeah,
like 3 Stacks.
yeah,
That's what
yeah.
crazy. And people forget he was on his first big record was Racks on Racks on Racks. People don't know that.
And it was Racks
I
on
don't
Racks on
realize it.
Racks. And then
And
it
then
was
it was
also
Tony Montana. Tony.
Tony Montana was crazy. Um, my favorite, like just early Future song, "Long Live the Pimp," it was so great. Nah, but Future overall, I think this year, he's done great work. But I mean, I'm going to call it where it's supposed to. I mean, Kendrick to me owned 2024. I mean, I think it's his best year as a rapper.
I
Um,
think Not Like Us, like that whole rollout and the way it caught fire and NBA was playing it, the NBA
yeah,
was playing
I
it.
think it was great. I think it was a great track. I don't think it was the best to come out the beef. I mean, we've talked about this.
I mean,
You know how
Euphoria.
I feel.
I am now with you guys. Euphoria probably was the best track.
Yeah, like I think Euphoria was truly like all right, but like I think that the most calculated move, which made me just respect and almost, I ain't gonna fear nobody but God and my father. But like, bro, like when I tell you, when Meet the Grams neutralized to me Drake's best punch in Family Matters, and it just
It
it
didn't hit.
neutralized it. I've
Yeah.
never seen something like that as a chess move in hip hop. I was so impressed.
I to me, I'm from a different era, for different breed. When rappers beef back in my era, we called them out. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no like, oh, you win, I'm done. And that's when
Yeah,
Drake lost a lot of respect for me. When
yeah,
when he said it in a record, like you probably got 10 songs, but I'm done. And I'm like, nah, dog, you ain't done until the streets say you done, bruh.
yeah,
Until we say you won. Like, and when he stopped, to me, that was a friendly quit. Like he waved away white flag, and that's why I was just like, he lost respect.
yeah.
To me,
He
he
did what
lost
he
more
wanted to.
respect there than Cole apologizing. Because it was just like, dog, you admitting to defeat, bro. Like, what the hell, dog? What the heck? So, but hey man, next time we got to get into this discussion because we kind of hit on this too. But next time we definitely got to hit this man versus female relationship expectations, man. I really want to get your take because I don't know if you saw the episode of Freaky Fridays with Cam and
Yeah,
Carter, and like everybody talking about the thing with Cam was talking about, what is it, low? What is this new phrase y'all love to say? Low. Come on, Cal.
low vibrational,
No,
low demure.
no.
I
Like
can.
low standard, low standing, low something. Anyways, he was referring back to that, and Dr. Carter tried to hit him up with like, and talking about like the whole him being more afraid of divorce than he is of marriage and things of that nature. And but then Dr. Carter there's a clip that is starting to get a little bit more headwind where she's basically like women got to walk into relationships meeting the men they would where he is, not where this fairy tale is and things of that nature and that
Yeah,
stuff. Because I think a lot of times, a lot of issues in relationships is the expectations. We
yeah.
don't do a good job of having discussions about what it is that we expect out of things, you know. So, but we'll get into that later. We already been on here for about an hour. So, any other closing shots?
No, man. I think that I saw that interview actually, and I'm gonna just say like, bro, Cam Newton is in the 1% of all black men. Like, bro, Cam Newton has touched more money than 99% of black men will in their lives. So his view is a bit warped, and it's not a true representation of all black men. And I love Cam Newton, but it's just like I don't want him to speak on behalf of the good
I
men out here.
I will agree somewhat, but I would also like to say like some of his opinions and thoughts are spot on with most men. Most men are not afraid of marriage; they are afraid of divorce. Like,
Cam should be terrified of divorce.
yeah, and especially when you got money, like
That's what I'm saying. Like
that's the thing.
Cam has spent his entire life, like from the age of 6, playing football, just to have somebody potentially take it away from him. To
All the
me,
way,
that is
yeah.
a risk. That's
And,
a
and,
risk.
and let's not act like some of these females be out here just for the bag and trapping folks. But
Yeah, but the thing is, that argument is taken away due to the fact that, like, bro, like you did have multiple kids with multiple different women that
well,
had.
I ain't even talking about that anymore. Like the kid thing, as long as you take as a father, and I know this is unpopular opinion, but as long as you taking care of your child and doing right by your child, I don't have a problem with you having all these kids. The only issue that I have is when you're raising a man and trying to teach a man. It's hard to teach a man when you in 4 different households. It's hard to teach a boy or grow a boy into a man and a woman into a female when you're in different houses because you're raising so many different kids.
Absolutely.
That- that's my only knock. But because I was my dad was in the house, so that's different for me. I know other people might have different opinions, and that's your opinion, and that's fine. But for me, I think like you gotta, that there's gonna be some issues that come up later on in life because the dad wasn't in the house or whoever it may be or whatever is going on in the household. They're gonna come out because you know even coming from a two-parent household, there's still things that are triggering for me that happened in my household growing up. So I understand that part, but other than that, man, to each his own.
Nah,
Um,
straight.
I think that some of these guys that speak like that, they do have some points, some key points and noble points that we should take in consideration.
Yeah,
Um,
nah.
with that, man, I'm gonna close it out here with our before you eat and bringing back the actual facts. We do quotes on different thought, and here we're gonna actually bring back the facts. So today's before you eat is on Sister Sylvia Robinson. Dub hip hop's first great godmother by Billboard, singer and music producer Sylvia Robinson produced the first ever commercially successful rap record, "Rapper's Delight" by the Sugar Hill Gang. And along with her husband, she co-owned the first hip hop label, Sugar Hill Records. Short and sweet. Since we were talking about hip hop today, I figured that would be fitting. So definitely want to shout out Sister Robinson, and definitely want to challenge everybody to go out there and check her out, do your research on her. And with that being said, as always, think, do, be different. Thank y'all for listening to Straight Like That. We out.